Jesus tells us today, love one another. It's utterly simple, completely unambiguous, very straightforward, clear. Love one another, he says. And yet he calls this a new commandment. What's new about this? You find it in the Old Testament. All kinds of prophets, seers, even charlatans taught this. So what's new about it? Well, it's that next line where Jesus says, "As I have loved you, so you also love one another." The newness lies in loving as Jesus has loved us. And this makes an all-encompassing demand on us. For how does Jesus love us? Well, the ultimate proof is here on the cross. He gives his life for us. Today's readings are so beautiful. They're short, but they're very profound. In the second reading from the book of Revelation, the very last verse, the very last line, Jesus says, "Behold, I make all things new." Now, if you had your Bible ears on, you were tuned and listening, if you've ever seen that movie, The Passion of the Christ, you would have remembered that's a kind of a key line, a key moment in that movie. It's a movie that Mel Gibson made about the suffering and the death of Jesus. And so he takes a little literary license in the film. And I think it was Mel Gibson's genius and really God's inspiration that he puts these words in Jesus' mouth while he's there on the way of the cross, while he's carrying his cross, and he's bloodied, and he's crowned with thorns, he's suffering, he's carrying that cross, bleeding. And his mother, our Blessed Mother, goes running up to him. And when he sees his mother, he looks at her and he goes, "See, Mother, I make all things new." It's maybe one of the greatest scenes in the history of cinema, because that right there is, in a way, the meaning of all human history. It's the meaning of our personal history right there. That's what Jesus is doing right now in your life, in my life. He's making all things new. He's gradually making a new you, a new me, a new world. A place where there'll be no more tears, because there'll be no more sin. No tears because we have no sin. I would love to kind of break open all these scriptures with you. I need to have some work I need to do today with you. And so, we did this planning and feasibility study, and that many of you participated in. We did this over the past couple of months. It's part of our, the bishop has asked the whole diocese to do a United in Faith campaign. And as part of that, St. Mary's, because we're having our own ongoing capital campaign with our Building Our Faith and Future campaign, we're going to be doing those two campaigns together. So we did this planning and feasibility study for the last couple of months. We wanted to see if we should move forward and how we should move forward in constructing the Parish Youth Center. And that's been part of our campaign for the last 20 years. So I wanted to thank those families and those individuals who showed your love. You showed your love in a concrete way by taking time to participate in the study. I'm very, very grateful that you took time to share your thoughts and your opinions and your honest feedback. And so, as your pastor, I have a responsibility to share with you what we found during that process and then how we're going to proceed. So in the bulletin today, you'll find an executive summary of that final report. The full report was presented to me and our lay leadership committees and our finance, our pastoral councils. A full study report is available on the parish website. I encourage everybody to read the report. It's very honest and it's a very open assessment. We found significant support to build a dedicated space for the youth of our parish. About 2/3 of you that participated thought that was a good idea. And then even more than that, 75% said, well, if you do it, yeah, I'll support it. We also found a need and a desire to expand the use of this building to serve what we call, for all of us who call St. Mary's home. We also found a need for improvements in the maintenance and the upkeep of our current facilities. We found a need for greater clarity and greater transparency regarding past campaigns and building projects. So, over the coming months, we're going to strive to address these issues. So we'll continue to work with parish leadership, with our architects, our contractors, to examine the nature of the new building and how to best serve the people of our wonderful parish family. I've engaged with the pastoral council, the finance council, the buildings and ground committee to examine priorities and our needs on campus. One of the things that we've done just recently is we've hired a new cleaning company to care for our existing facilities. And I hope that you've noticed that I think they're doing a much better job. And we've contracted with one company to do the school, basically our whole campus, the church, the ministry center, and the parish offices. We've been very happy with what they've been doing. Also, as a separate thing, we've engaged as the Sacred Heart of Jesus High School community and St. Mary's Elementary School community to do an assessment of our schools. We believe, and I certainly believe, that the primary mission of our schools is to make saints, to help our children to be who God made them to be, which is ultimately saints. That's our primary thrust. And in the midst of that, to excel in excellence in every category of education for our youth. And so we're trying to come up with a 3-year strategy about how do we do that even better? How do we excel in all areas? And so we've established some teams to kind of move us forward, and so we're moving forward on that. We're also going to launch a communication strategy with a new section of our website dedicated to the history of our capital projects and campaigns. The Ministry Center and the Holy Family Hall and the Adoration Chapel, they were just built and dedicated in 2011, 11 years ago. And they were part of an overall strategy. And this second phase that we're doing, the new office building, and we're going to do a modified drop-off area over here by Holy Family Hall. That's the second phase. And that's all paid for. What's going on now is all paid for. Many of you and people before us made sure we had the money to pay for all of that. And so this is what we're looking forward to, what's going on next. But I think because there's a lot of people that don't fully understand how we got to where we are. And so we're going to put that on our website. Have a place where there are frequently asked questions, where you understand the financials. You know, I do a financial report to the parish twice a year. Most pastors don't do that. Most pastors do one time a year and that's it. I do twice a year, so that I feel, and I think it's really important, that financial transparency about how you donate your money, how it's being used and utilized for our mission and our ministry at St. Mary's is being used. So we're going to make sure that you've got all the pertinent information that you have. You can see there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the coming weeks and months, and everyone needs to be involved in that. So as information becomes available on our ongoing efforts, I'm committed to share our progress with you. So I want to thank you. You know, Jesus says today, love one another. Well, love is not just a warm, fuzzy feeling. It has to be concrete, it has to be real, it has to be acted on, it has to be in action. So I want to thank you for all the ways that so many of you show your love and pour your love into our parish family here at St. Mary's that makes it the beautiful, wonderful place that it is.